Listen, ladies and gents, Shannon Sharpe has got to be one of the dumbest MFs out there. Look, listen, so many celebrities out there have been going in this same cycle, all the ebbs and flows, same cycle, and it's like they can't see and read the book and actually go to the exact page that says, leave these young women alone, these young girls alone, leave this young OF models alone, because they're only after your money. So he has got to be one of the dumbest MFers out there. The man is almost 60 years old. What is he doing with a 19 years old, 20 years old, however old she is? But by this time now, she should be about 20 years old, right? It doesn't matter. 21, 19, 22, he's almost 60 years old. What is he doing with a young girl like that? I remember when Monique was on his show, and Monique said, come on home. Stop dating these young bitchs. And he laughed. It was a big joke to him. Right? He asked Mo, what are you trying to say? What are you trying to say, Mo? And he said, yeah. She said, yeah, I'm looking right at you. Come on home. Now he go date, go be with this young, quote unquote, white chick, right? These young women see older men, especially older celebrity with a lot of money, and they flaunt their asses. They flaunt their behinds. Why? Because they know they're going to bait them into coming in, pulling them in. It's like, if you ever gone fishing, they put the bait on the hook and toss it out in the water and just wait for a fish to grab on hold so they can reel that fish in, right? And Shannon is a whale. She got a whale, right? I guess he think he was a great white. He's going to go in for the kill. But she was just slowly whining, rolling, turning, and pulling him in until she got him right where she wanted him. Right where she wanted him. It was just about a few months ago. I think it was about a month now. Could be a month and a half, when that infamous recording came out of how he say he's going to choke her when he sees her. And she's saying, no, I don't want that. Or she called and said she want his big black baby in her. I mean, I guess because of where he's from and his upbringing, he thought that, oh, I'm going to get one and I'm going to conquer her. Maybe that's his mentality. But to be so ridiculously stupid, he's lost millions of dollars because of this. His contract, because let me say this. Usually in contracts, there is a morality clause. And that morality clause stipulates that you can't do anything that will affect the company, affect the brand, and if you do anything that will affect the brand, then that will cause your contract to be immediately terminated. right? And I don't understand why they keep doing it. Look, if you go down the list, when they wanted, let's start with no, I'm not going to start with Michael. I'm going to start with Bill Cosby. Years ago, Bill Cosby wanted to buy ABC. I believe that was a station, ABC. If I'm wrong, I'll correct myself, right? But he wanted to buy a channel. I believe it was ABC, as I said. And how dare he had the audacity to think that a so-called black man, as they say, will come in and buy this company, buy this channel. No, he had the investors lined up ready to buy the broadcast channel. But what did they do? What they did instead was told him no and sold it to someone else for less money. This is why I believe Disney ended up with the channel. Right? Because no, he can't have that power. Certain groups of people, when they get too high for their bridges, other groups of people need to put them in their place. That's exactly what happened. So with Bill Cosby, he had his issues with women, and he settled out of court with these women. He settled. And years later, they came back. The same woman came back after the settlement was done and a non-disclosure agreement was signed. She came back years later and said, Bill Cosby did this and Bill Cosby did that. And what happened? They prosecuted the man and locked him up. When I saw that happen, I was like, none of us are safe. Because any woman can give consent and then retract that consent 20 years later. So if a man has money and a woman will do that 20, 25 years later, imagine folks, men that don't have money. Just think about that. So they did that to Bill Cosby. Then they did that to Michael Jackson, right? Said Michael Jackson was a pedo. Why? Because he was smart enough, he did smart business and ended up owning a half of Sony music catalog. Right? And they wanted it back because he was smart enough to buy the publishing of many artists, but the publishing that he went after was for Beatles. Michael Jackson bought the publishing of the Beatles. And because he bought the publishing for the Beatles, right? I believe he's paid at the time, let me look at this. He bought the company for $47.5 million in 1985. Fast forward in the future, they wanted the publishing back. So because they wanted the publishing back, all of a sudden, Michael Jackson is a pedo now. They tried him, and all of the charges and allegations got thrown out. All of them got thrown out. And Michael Jackson started worrying about his safety. And eventually what happened? Michael Jackson got unalived. Then there comes Prince. They wanted Prince's catalog. And Prince didn't want to give up the catalog. And what happened? The same thing happened with Prince. He got unalived. The same thing happened with Whitney Houston. when she was looking into her earnings that was supposed to come in. Why? They did not want that to happen because she would have found the money. She would have found the money. So they unalived her. And it keeps happening. Either they do one or the other. And one of the most useful tools that they have put in place over the years is finding a young, hot chick and put her in the path of the musicians, the athletes, the actors, and whatever, and businessmen, right? And take them down. And take them down. And when a man have a certain amount of money, he thinks he's powerful. And by all means can't take that away because he's worked his way into getting his wealth up and, and being able to afford the lifestyle that he wants to live. So if he wants to date, be with a young woman, hey, have at it, Joe. Have at it. It's your life. But just know what comes with that when you have money. You are just a whale waiting to be harpooned. That's it. Young hot chick harpooned you. $50 million, right? $50 million. She got you. She got you. I don't know how else to say that, right? She got you. And you now are stuck in this lawsuit that you had to now settle for. Well, they have not disclosed the amount of money, right? I have not disclosed the amount of money. But I don't know if you guys can remember about a month ago when the infamous audio came out, right? The audio came out and Gabrielle got him. Gabriella got him. That's what set everything in play because she was recording him and she goes to the lawyer that likes to go after the celebrities, Tony Bugsby, right? He has a track record of targeting wealthy men, right? Targeting wealthy men. So even Diddy, and yes, he's no saint. As you can see, he's a monster in the things that he have done, right? But he got a whole bunch of civil suits against him. A whole bunch. Tony Bugsby. Then they went after Jay-Z. Eventually that case was thrown out because there was nothing there. Tony Bugsby. They all know to go to Tony Bugsby. It makes you want to wonder. Sorry, it makes me wonder. And it makes you want to wonder. Are they being coaxed into doing these hoaxes against these celebrities? Are they preemptively planning this with Tony or whoever else that's in that orbit and then targeting these men? I don't know. Right? I heard that allegedly. That's what some people have said. So I'm just regurgitating that thought, that information. So I'm just wondering if it's all a setup. But let's listen to the audio that Gabriella got him on. And that was leaked by Tony to the media. Let's check this out.
You're coming to LA tomorrow?
Yes.
Well, I don't know why you want to go out.
Don't worry about it, Daddy.
Well, okay.
Okay, what?
Well, I'm not really interested in getting choked, so I guess we're going.
Yeah, I might choke you in public. Big black guy chokes small white woman.
So there you go. There you go. Right? He just he set himself up. He set himself up. How can a man be this intelligent and be this stupid? A woman will do things with you and then go back and said you did things against her. You and a woman will be intimate, and then when she feels guilty, she will lie and say that you SA her. How many times have we heard that? How many times have we heard that? A woman will let a group of men gangbang her. And then what? She feels guilty, and then she said that they RAPE her. And then when it comes to find out she lied, no consequences, no consequences, no accountability. When the law changed, because I do think it's going to change one day. I do think it's going to change one day because there are certain attorneys and judges that are seeing and have seen the abuse that has been taking place. They have seen the abuse that have been taking place. And some women in some states are being charged for perjury. And you know, it makes it bad for the woman that actually get assaulted. It does. It makes it bad for the woman that get assaulted. So when the law is actually changes, you will find that more truthfulness will start occurring. When a woman get SA, it takes a long time for them to come out. Worse, if a man get SA, it takes years for that man to speak out. Right? Sometimes longer, if ever, speak out than a woman. So for Shannon to put himself in such a bad predicament, he's a jackass. As Charlemagne would say, he's the donkey of the day. I wish I had a hee-haw button. This man is a ridiculous man to put himself in such a bad predicament to where he got sued for $50 million. Really? You know, so on that note, I'm going to pull up Monique's videos. Give me a second. Where Monique is actually talking to him and saying, you need to leave these young BITCH alone and come on home. You need a good, grown, adult, mature woman, right? But what? Shannon like the young bootyliciousness that's out there, right? I guess because he goes to the gym and he's fit, muscles, right? He wears his tight pants. Not saying there's anything wrong with that, but he dresses the part to attract the younger girls. Right? Listen, there are many older men out there that's in their 60s and 70s that's marrying young women. There was recently, I think it was about a year or two ago, where I think a guy that was like 70 plus years old marry I think she was 25 or 27-year-old woman. What is a man in his 70s going to be doing with a 25-year-old woman or 27-year-old woman? Right? What? He's going to take some Viagra, some Cialis, some Roe, something, and rock her world? Come on. Come on. Come on. But with that being said, let me play the video from Monique.
Dating. What advice? If somebody, if a group of women were in here and it's like, Aunt, come on, Auntie, talk to us. How this dating thing? Because it's Mo is different now than when you and I.
It's different, baby. I'm grateful I'm not 56 and trying.
But you tried to say what you tried to say. Mo,
I'm looking right at you.
I know you looking at me.
I ain't backing down. You better take your old ass and get somebody to love you.
Damn, Mo.
Now I'm looking right at y'all. Let me tell y'all what Shannon needs.
Let me live my life.
Let me tell you what my baby needs. He need him an old fat gal who can bake good cakes, make some smothered turkey wings, who gonna rub his feet at the nighttime, okay, and gonna have a sip of his cognac to make him feel better about himself when he come home at night. That's what Shannon needs. You don't need no 26-year-old girl. You don't need no 36-year-old girl. This is your auntie talking to you. Take your old ass and get you an old bitch out there that can love you old. You trying to hang out with these young bitches and you can't do it, Shannon. You just can't do it. Dang. When they want you to go for the 4th round, you looking at her like, bitch, listen, you want some money to go to Starbucks?
Yeah,
because I can't go no further. But if you get your older girl, when you get to that 4th round, she's going to say, hold on. Let me go get you some eggs and cheese and some toast with apple butter, because that's going to get your energy back up. I'm talking right to you. Shit. So he thought I was going to be scared. Yes, I'm talking. And I know an old gal, she'd be good to you. Her name is Elladora. Now, when you know somebody named Elladora, she's old school. Mm-hmm. Now, Miss Elladora told me to tell you. She said, I think he like red velvet.
Miss Elladora is trying to get her some Shannon Sharpe. But Shannon Sharpe is not trying to get Miss Elladora. Why? Because her foot is too old. He wants some young foot, some young feet. Right? That's what he wants. Shannon got himself jammed up because he wanted some young track star. Some young girl. Listen. These women that belong to the streets shouldn't be wifed up. Should not be wifed up. But yet, what he did was wife one up. Let's continue.
Oh, I do.
I say, Miss Elladora, if he do like that, she said, you let him know I got something for him.
Yeah, I like
and she don't have no teeth. Come on, pick your glass up and clack it for me. Come on now. These young gals will bite you. Okay?
Yeah. Okay, guess I gotta come on home.
Come on home, Shannon. And y'all stop putting lies out about my brother, because I was in my feelings when y'all said he didn't date black women. Y'all stop that shit. You stop it. Now, he might throw a white one in there every now and again. And it's okay. It's okay. Because sometimes, we ain't into everything. Yeah. We don't do everything. So sometimes Uncle Shay Shay need a spice of life.
Yeah, there you go.
He need to go across the street, but he always going to come back. That's all we saying to you, Oprah and Tyler. Come on home. Come on home. Come on home. Come on home.
Sierra says a lot of women talk about Sierra's prayer, but when a God sends a good man, they don't want them. Is that true?
I cannot speak for them. I can only speak for me. Because when the universe sent mine to me, baby,
You was ready. You was ready.
When he sent that man to me, even this morning, I thank the universe for that man right there. Before I came on air with you, I was talking to him.
I know.
He said, Mama, you heard me talking.
I
I said,
did.
yeah. I said, hey, Daddy.
Yeah.
I did. Because we've not been trained. We've not been conditioned to understand you. We've been trained to fight against you.
Right.
We've been trained to go against you. We've watched our mamas, our grandmamas, our aunties speak ill of a black man. So now when a black man comes and he good.
Wow. What? Yo, what she just said, it's so true. So true. Yo, that's what's been happening. That's what's been happening, right? Our women have been trained to hate men. Truer words have never been spoken. Maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit, but truer words have never been spoken. Women, especially modern women, have been trained to hate men. So because they have this disdain for men, they made sure they do everything to extract resources from a man. Far and few in between, you may find a virtuous woman. But on a majority, you are going to find women that dislike men. Right? So we're talking on a macro level, which is large. Wow. That one was right on point. Let's continue.
You waiting for the bad because grandmama told you black men wasn't shit. Mama told you black men wasn't shit. Your auntie said black men ain't shit. So all you have in your mind is black men ain't shit. And so when you get that beautiful black man, he's now got to say to you, erase everything they taught you.
Right.
Because I'm here.
Or then you treat him like that, and then he goes, and then you talk about.
Now you're mad because he didn't want you the white girl, Shannon. Now y'all start treating Shannon good, okay? Start treating him good. Now, Shannon, I got to catch my plane.
Okay, this is the last one.
Unless you want to send me back on your jet.
I wish I had one, Mo. I wish I had one. But I'm going to get you out here on this
See
one.
what y'all did? Y'all
You heard what Shaq said. Shaq said,
What'd he say?
They asked Shaq, should a man open up to a woman? Shaq said no. He says, because if you do, they're going to use it against you. He said, because if I'm crying about something, they're going to say the first time they get mad, they're going to say, see, you crying because your daddy said what he said.
How do you take advice from a man who has no woman? And I love Shaq. But how do you take advice from my brother that has no one?
Okay.
If you have that person in your life and you say, listen, I'm dealing, I'm going through, who else do you talk to at nighttime in your pillow talk? Who else do you share your life with? Who are you sharing with your life with, Shaq? Do you tell another man about your situation? And does he make you feel better? Like, who do you share your life with? So I don't agree with that at all. And I love my brother, but I...
Yo, that is so real. That is so real. That is so real what she just said. Right? Even as a single man, you need someone to communicate with. Yes, you can communicate with your brother, you can communicate with your friends, right? However, when you have someone that you can actually talk to, that is so important. And even myself, I wish I had that. Right? So I have to resort to talking to female friends. Because I'm not going to go out there and go look for some young chick. I am so tired of even seeing these chicks that wear their clothes so tight that it's going up their ass cracks. I'm tired of it. This was going on for years. So when someone like Shannon Sharpe knowingly go out there and look for these young hot chicks that are just after money, it blows my mind. It boggles my mind. Let's say a man is in his 30s, let's say 35, and he wants to deal with a 25 or 24-year-old, right? Listen, they say that a woman matures much faster than a man. Not in today's time. Back in the days, when women were trained, taught by their mothers and their grandmothers to cook and take care of a man and take care of the home, it's different now. I was talking to a friend of mine earlier on, and she was telling me how a young woman got a job at the post office. And after the first day on the job, she quit. And then in the comments, someone is going to respond and said, maybe she had to set boundaries. What boundaries? Generation X, brilliant, but it's like they're on a lane of destruction. The music they listen to, the way they dress, the way they speak, their attitude. You can't say anything. You see something going wrong, you try to advise them and they tell you no. They don't want to hear it. They want to learn for themselves. Why? Because that's what's perpetuated. They've been taught to hate each other, and the women have taught to hate men, and the young men have taught to go against their fathers by their bitter mothers. And so when Shannon knowingly goes out there and go after a young woman like this, and she hit him with a $50 million lawsuit, hey, they know they weren't going to get $50 million from Shannon Sharpe. But throw the numbers high enough, and then they're going to work way down to maybe like $5-10 million. Shannon offered to pay her $10 million to shut up and settle. $10 million. And she said no. So they filed a lawsuit for 50. Why? Because they want maybe about 25 million. So somewhere they settle in between the 50 and 25 million. Probably Shannon settled with her for like maybe 20 million, 15. We don't know. It's not disclosed. Wow. But let's continue.
I don't agree with that. I think that makes division. Because if I got to call my girl and I talk to my husband,
Right.
when I heard Oprah say, and these are her words, not mine, she said, when I be stressed out and I be going through it after the show, I will come home and Gail could calm me down and put me to sleep. What you say?
What's that?
Okay, then you said it. I'm going to sip.
Nope. Oh, I'm getting Oprah on here.
Whoa, wait. What? Let me go back a second there. Let me hear that again.
She said, when I be stressed out and I be going through it after the show, I will come home and Gail could calm me down and put me to sleep. What you say?
Wow.
What's that?
Okay.
Did you just hear that? Oprah told on herself. Oprah told on herself. That only leads to one conclusion. I didn't know that. I missed this part during the interview because I watched this interview. So maybe I received a call or got distracted to miss this part. But wow, I had to rewind that. Let's continue.
Hey, then you said it.
I
I'm
ain't just
sip.
said that. I'm going.
I'm a sip.
Nope. Oh, I'm gonna get Oprah on here. I'm gonna get Oprah on the show.
But those are her words. So I believe that partnership is partnership all the way around. When I leave this earth, there is nothing my husband will not know about me, and the other way around.
Did you know after your first 2 marriages you gonna get married again?
Yes. Because my first 2 marriages were just marriages of. My first marriage was you just couldn't have the milk without buying the cow.
Right.
That was the first marriage.
Right.
And we were boxers.
Okay.
And we were Friday night fights. Okay. Okay. We were it wasn't domestic violence. We was Friday night fights.
Right.
Okay. I took an L sometime, but sometime I didn't.
Right.
Okay. Okay. The second one was I couldn't afford to pay my rent.
Right.
And I didn't want to have a boyfriend.
Right.
So that's why I say this is the first time I've really been married.
Right. Tell me the story that you wanted to share that nobody else knows that you was gonna share with us.
Y'all ready for this?
I'm ready for that.
I want you to move in. That man that was sitting right here on this couch, his name is Cat Williams.
Yes.
Cat Williams and I have a relationship. We're fraternal twins. That's all.
That's it.
That's it. That is my twin, my spiritual, fraternal, non-biological brother. We are twins, baby. Yes, we are. That was it, and that was all.
Thank you.
Don't nobody know that but you. Cat Williams don't even know the shit.
Yeah.
That's what makes it so beautiful. So, Cat,
I'm gonna call him. I'm gonna call him and say, "Hey, I met your sister for the very first
I
time."
need you to tell him.
Yeah.
I don't know if you said this, so I don't want to quote it because I could be wrong.
Okay.
But someone said Shannon Sharpe don't mess with black women. Mm-hmm. And
Before you go any further, can I say this?
please,
My grandmother told me something when I was a little boy. She said, "Boy, never chase a lie."
come on, baby. Come on. Come on.
Why?
And you never said that, right?
I've never said.
Okay, so that's why I said,
I got black kids.
that's what I said. I said, them babies black.
Yes.
They not confusing.
Yes.
We ain't trying to see if she Latin or Dominican. They black. They mama got black. Everybody that Shannon messed with was black.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Black. You a football player with a lot of money. When you go into a city and you was in your prime,
Yeah.
you had your pick. It's no different for a woman. When I went to a city, everybody wanted to be Professor Ogilvy. Hey, and I would pick him. Okay, you look like you could be.
But see, here's the thing. Now, Mo, all of a sudden, you being this fat black woman, it ain't a problem. Because I remember you said it was.
Well, let me say this.
First.
It wasn't never a problem with me being a fat black woman because real black men, they like them in all shapes and sizes, all complexions. It is these new Negroes that get into she gotta be this way, she gotta be that way. But real black men, if you can bake a pound cake naked, what y'all talking about?
Said that Shannon Sharpe net worth for 2025 is 14 million. Let me read what it says here. How much is Shannon Sharpe net worth in 2025? Most reputable estimate place Shannon Sharpe's net worth at around $14 million as of 2025. His NFL career earning estimated at approximately $22.3 million in salary over 14 seasons, right? Through pre-tax and non-adjusted for inflation. So, how are they going to get 50 million? We don't know, but they're going to figure it out. But Shannon really messed up. Really messed up. Listen, folks. I gave you some thoughts on how they go after notable, wealthy men. Right? Let me just throw one in there for good measure. Amber Heard. Remember her? And what she did? I think in this past 2 years, there have been so many celebrities that have lost their contract due to a woman lying. Due to a woman lying. And NFL contracts, NBA contracts, right? Hockey contracts, baseball contracts, celebrities, musicians, athletes, actors, businessmen lost almost everything because of a greedy woman with no consequences. I can't wait for the day when the law changed, when the law changes. I can't wait for the day. It's coming. It's coming. And I'm going to be here for it, right? I'm going to be here for it. And I'm going to be clapping for it. Clapping for it. So just know that when that day come, a lot of horns are going to be pressed. And us men that constantly have to deal with these wicked, greedy, selfish, self-centered women, I believe me, I'm angry. I'm disappointed in Shannon Sharpe, but I'm angry about what keeps happening. I'm angry about what keeps happening. But they're not going to prosecute these women. Why? Because they're the cash cows. Let me rephrase that. They're the calf that goes after these cash cows to bring home the bacon. I hope you got how I did that. But with that being said, question everything, because if you don't, you may fall for anything.